So in the last class, we had discussed about the problems we had in the traditional system and what can happen in terms of data getting increased day by day. We do have quite a number of challenges. The challenges are in terms of scalability, server storage, data security, data loss. We have the maintenance issues as well. So all of this we thought of giving to someone else, just like what we do for a simple use case. We have taken a one pizza example, and apart from that, I also had given an example of washing machine. So if you want to buy washing machine for one person, I would definitely not go for it. Instead, I would go for get dry cleaning. But if in case if it's affordable, I would take it. If not, I would definitely give it for vendors, right? Now that's a couple of examples that we have seen with respect to services that we are taking from other end. Now, the same thing we try to understand what we have learned with the pizza example. We have learned with the comparison of on-prem, IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Depending on the services you choose from the other vendors, we are classifying them into infrastructure as service, platform as service, and software as service. Now, with this, when I told you that someone is going to help us, when we are going to take help from someone else, who is that someone? That someone is called cloud computing. That someone is called cloud computing. Today, all our work is going to be very easy with the help of this cloud computing. Now, what is this cloud computing is going to do? Cloud computing, it has lot of benefits. You need not install any hardware or a software. Directly, you can use it what they have given. And 24/7, you will be getting the power supply. Your system will never go down. Your systems will be always running up and down. And wherever you are in the world, even if you're staying in Bermuda Triangle, even there, they can provide you the service of accessing your data, right? And comparatively, if you're going with the cloud computing, it's actually a lower cost. What we have buying a 10 laptops, 20 laptops, 10 laptops, I need to spend 10 lakhs. But if I am using cloud service, maybe I need to pay 3 lakhs, right? So there is always a price improvement that happens, and that's all the benefits. Now today we have concluded that cloud computing is going to be the solution for all of your on-premises problem. Whatever the problems you are facing in on-prem, that can be overlooked by cloud computing. Very simple. You have money, you have to get that work done, you hire someone. As simple as that. Okay. I'll tell you a recent situation which has happened. When my cousins were getting married, like 6 years back, 7 years back, 10 years back, when my cousins are getting married, I used to do every work. Okay, it's like my own marriage. So I used to serve for people. I used to serve dinner. I used to drop, or I used to pick up. I will always be busy, packed with marriages, right? That is what we used to do. You would have also experienced whenever your cousins are getting married, you'll always be bit packed, completely busy. You'll not even have a time to stand for the photo, correct? That is how we were. But now, last week I visited one of my friend's marriage. All of his friends, relatives happily sitting, enjoying, talking, chit-chatting, doing everything. And in terms of picking up the guest, in terms of dropping them, accommodation, food, receptionist, like when I say receptionist, like whenever you enter, right, two, three people will be standing near the door and they will welcoming you, right? So they'll welcome you. Everything was in place. I was asked them, how this is possible? All of your relatives are sitting and enjoy talking it, and everything else has been well organized. And he said that, well, I have hired a event manager. I have hired a event manager. Now, what does this event manager does? Throughout this marriage, the event manager takes care of everything, right from the puja they do for the decorations, flowers, and for dinner, everything they'll take care of it. You just need to pay the money. Life is so simple when you start dedicating your work to others, right? I cannot always do every work. So if I have my work, if I start giving the work to others, obviously as a team, we can improve. Now that's exactly what happens in the cloud computing. We don't want to take care of the complete system, being the KSR system. Yes, we are known for teaching, we are known for training. That is what we do. For managing the data, for managing the structure, for managing the infrastructure, we will hire another person. That's what we are doing. With this benefits, let's start seeing how the cost is going to play a major role. So cloud computing eliminates the capital expense of buying the hardware and software. That is what I told. I am not going to buy 10 laptops. I am not going to buy 10 softwares license, nothing. It all creates for us. The virtual systems will be created for us and we can use it just with the internet. Well, I'm actually avoiding all these expenses. So cost becomes a very, very major concern if you are going with the on-prem. But if I'm going with the cloud, I need not worry. 10 lakhs was like charging for my entire data warehousing, and today it's just with 3 lakhs I can manage it. Okay. I'll tell you, my laptop keeps on running Monday to Friday. I never switch off my laptop. The reason, I have to do work, I have to do office work, I have to take meetings, I have to take class. Every day I take 3 classes, 4 classes I have to take, I have to talk to students, I have to always be interacting with them. So I would say almost my system is on for 24 bar 7, 24 bar 5, I would say. Saturday, Sunday, maybe I would give rest, but all 5 days, it's always on. Now the question comes is, how come my system is always on without heating up and without getting switched off? Sometimes you would have observed if your laptop becomes overheat, it will get switched off by itself. It will get off by itself. The reason is, if it is overheated, the, the chips can damage within the laptop, so the system goes off. But you know what I've done? I have attached one extra fan. I have attached one extra fan. That extra fan is something which I have attached so that my laptop always be cool. In case if I don't have that extra fan, because it is running from morning to evening, it is high likely chance that it can eat up. So I have a cooling system. Now who's having this cooling system? I have purchased for my home. My laptop is 1 lakh. I have purchased an extra cooling system for 10,000. But in real time, you need not do anything. Power supply, cooling system, electricity, setting up the servers, everything is taken care by cloud computing. And that is why we need not worry too much. When something which we don't want to worry and the work is getting done, I would definitely accept this. Correct? So this is one case I would say cost is going to be very much helpful for us. Now, speed. When I say speed, obviously performance comes into picture. Well, most of the cloud computing services are self-service and on-demand. For example, you want to ask something, you can simply get it with the mouse clicks. Imagine I want a server. With just filling a form, they will assign a server for you. Imagine I need a software. You simply go and fill a form. They'll assign you. Filling a form, I don't think it's difficult, right? You just fill the form and tell them what type of system you need. The next minute, the system and service will be available for you. Now that's the beauty of cloud computing. Imagine suddenly my laptop is damaged now. Okay, I'm in between class and my laptop is damaged. So what should I do now? The minimum time that I require to go and have another system will be 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. Why 1 hour? Immediately I can go to the computer showroom, buy an immediate laptop, configured in the next 30 minutes, install the software for the next 15 minutes, and use the software. I would say in 1 hour, maybe data is not recoverable, but at least in 1 hour, I can get a system. In 1 hour, I can get a system. Correct? So in 1 hour, I can get a new laptop. But if something happens to my laptop, in 4 minutes, I can get another system where I can work online virtually. That's the power of cloud computing. You need not even step out of your house. Today, I want to take a class irrespective of wherever you are from. I can simply go and request a system, whether I need a Mac OS or a Windows OS, or I need a Power BI software, I need any software. I simply need to go and request and fill a form. In the next 5 minutes, the service will be available for you. I need not even step out of my house. That's how your cloud is so powerful. Talking about productivity. Sometimes what happens, your data centers, right, they need some hardware setup. Sometimes your patching will happen. Today morning also it happened. I opened my smartphone and it is asking me, please update your software. It actually took almost 1.5 hours to update that. It is actually asking me to go and do it. But here computers will automatically install the softwares, automatically go and install all the patches, keep updated. Antivirus softwares will be there, so it keeps running the antivirus softwares. In short, I can say that it manages everything by its own. It manages everything by its own. You need not do anything. You need not do anything. And that's how your cloud is so powerful. Whatever they need, they will take care of it. As I said, their only work is to manage the things and not involve much in what we do. Whether I'm teaching well, I'm not teaching well, whether people are getting offer, people are not getting offer, what they're teaching, what is the syllabus, nothing they care. The cloud computing, they only help us in all the extra things, managing the servers, setting up the softwares, hard drives, and as well as for the licensing, everything they'll take care. That's how I'm handing over my responsibility to one of the other team, who's called cloud computing team. Now, this removes all the need of unnecessary task, and we need not connect to IT team. You need not wait for someone else to work on your issues. Nothing. They will take care of themselves. So that is where I would call it as a productivity. Okay. Now, global scale. This is very important. Okay. Um, January 1st, a very happy day for us. 2021, we actually launched KSR website. That is KSR app. So today you people would have been seeing all the app in your phone, right? In your Android as well as in your Apple phone. You can go and install our KSR app, right? So in app, you can watch all the videos, recordings, classes, sessions, assignments, data sets, everything you can get. So January 1st, 2021 is an unforgettable day for us, which I would say we launched KSR app. More than January 1st, January 2nd is the most memorable day for us. The launch day was January 1st. The most memorable day is January 2nd. Sorry, it's in the same year, the next day. Okay. The next day is the most memorable day for me, for us. You know why? January 1st, we launched KSR app. January 2nd, the complete system got crashed. The complete KSR system got crashed. Entire app is gone. That's why I said more than the first, second is the most memorable day for us. Within 24 hours, our app got crashed. The reason? Everyone started hitting the server. Everyone started hitting the server at the same time. We are shared over the groups, WhatsApp, as well as Teams. So everyone started clicking it, and it was not able to withstand the traffic. We call this as a high T traffic. So in case if something happens to IT traffic, so for example, you're going in a road and you're driving it, suddenly what happens? It will be like a blocker. You cannot move forward, you cannot move left, you cannot move right because you're in traffic, you're in signal. That is actually like a blocker. You're stopping, right? Similarly, when a lot of people are hitting your server at the same time, there is high likely chance that your server can crash. That happened to us. How did we handle this? Well, we did not handle cloud computing. They will they will give right amount of traffic to right people. For example, in India, the usage is 25 to 30%, they will segregate the number of channels for India. In US, maybe we hardly have 20-25% of US people who are following our channel, who are following our classes. Maybe for them, I will be giving some certain channels. So what this cloud is doing, it makes sure that all this system crashing, OS crashing doesn't happen. They will take care of the proper network. Your cloud computing is like a traffic police. Traffic police manages a traffic. Similarly, here also, when a lot of people are hitting your server, it manages the server load. It manages the IT traffic. It manages your access. All of these things can be handled with the help of global scaling. And all this is possible with the help of cloud computing. Now, security. I have told you that if I give 10 laptops to 10 people, what you people will do? You will not use. You will give it to your cousins, friends, sisters, brothers, and they'll start playing games and all. And my data, which is my KSR data, is somewhere in your system and someone else is accessing. Where is my data security? Well, here they provide lot of policies, technologies, controls, strength, security, encryption, decryption, everything they will take care. Even people who are working inside the cloud computing will not be able to see the my data. That's what your WhatsApp says, right? WhatsApp says that whenever you are sending a message, it is encrypted, and even the people who are within the WhatsApp, they cannot see your message. That's what they say, right? So it's a highly secured way of transferring the messages. That's what people say. I don't know. Similarly, here, what we are doing in terms of security, they protect your data, they protect your complete information, apps, and they'll make sure that it has a high security. It has a very, very high security, right? Whenever your PM or a president walks out of his house, you see how they will be protected. They'll be wearing a life-proof jacket, right? If whatever happens, they'll not have anything. I mean, it will not hit them, right? So a lot of security will be there, right? Similarly, your data also will be protected. It will be protected in such a way that no one can even misuse it. But in your case, if I give 10 labs to you people on premises, you people will start roaming it, and suddenly you'll say someone has taken my laptop, my OS has crashed, my brother is using, my sister is using. All of the stories you will tell, right? Now, with this, let's talk about the last one. In case if something happens to your system, for example, I've given you 10 laptops and suddenly you come and say that my OS is crashed or I'm getting a blue screen. What happened to the data? The data in your system is gone. But here, every now and then, they have disaster recovery. Okay, they'll take a backups. So whatever which is not in our control, for example, any war is happening, World War One, Two, Three, Four, Five. I don't know how many world wars are there. During the world wars, a lot of disasters can happen. Tsunami was one of the disaster. Volcano is one of the disaster. Earthquake is one of the disaster. I mean, nowadays, flood is also been considered as a disaster. What will happen to the data? Well, every now and then they will always have the backup of data. If something happens to your city, in your city, if any server is there, the entire replica will be taken, will be mirrored into any other server. So at any point of time, I can make sure that the data will be mirrored across multiple systems, multiple servers. So it is always going to help you in data recovery, right? Now, all this, whatever you're seeing, if it was an on-prem, it was you who have to involve this. So all these things, actually, you have to do it. What is this? Upgrading, fixing the small patches, downtime, performance tuning, go and getting all of your customized systems and upgrading softwares, security, database, everything you have to do it. Everything you have to do it. If it is on-prem, when I say on-prem, it is in my system. If it is my system, each and everything I need to take care of it. But here, mainly, I want to reduce the my work. So I would say that Most of the work now will be taken care by cloud. I just need to pay some fees. I just need to pay some fees. If I pay some fees directly, they will take care of everything. That's the beauty of cloud computing. Life is so hard to do every task by yourself. Just imagine you wake up in the morning, right from cooking breakfast, working, taking care of your kid, dropping them for schools, helping them to learn, homeworks, tuitions, meetings, office, KSR. If that was your day-to-day activity, I'll tell you, you will not even survive a single day. So what I'm doing, I'm giving my work to others. For dropping my kid, maybe I would opt for maybe school van. For cooking, maybe I will take one cook. For looking after my home cleaning, I will look after a maid. I'm making my work simple. And that's what now we are taking help from cloud. Okay. Now with all this, let's see what type of cloud computing we have in this market. The four main type of cloud computing that we have in our system is, in our market is OurWhy, AWS, Google Cloud Platform, and Microsoft Azure. We have cloud services. Now, I've told you as an example of pizza, right? So you can consider pizza as your cloud, something which can help us to get it. You go to a Pizza Hut, maybe you sit, you order, you can even use a party hall. You just need to pay everything they'll give you. For example, you don't want to go out, never mind, you can book, you can order it and they'll get you to your house. So imagine it's like your cloud. Now, very simple question I'm asking you. If I ask you, where do we get pizza? I have tasted in Pizza Hut and I have tasted in Domino's. Anything else is there? Where you will get pizza? I don't know. I have just tasted in Domino's and Pizza Hut. Any other shops?
Mojo Pizza.
McDonald's.
What? Papa John's. Where is that? In US or in India? Anywhere else?
Mojo Pizza.
Mozo Pizza. Okay. Imagine that we can get pizza in 4 shops. Pizza is same, but you're getting in 4 different shops. You're getting in Pizza Hut, you're getting in Domino's, and you're getting in somewhere in Papa John's, and you're getting also in Mojo Pizza. I don't know last 2, but I've heard about Domino's and Pizza Hut. Okay. Now I'll ask you a very simple question. Where will you buy? In these 4 shops, you want to eat pizza. Pizza is available in all the 4 shops. Where will you buy?
In Pizza Hut. Is good.
Where will you buy?
Pizza Hut. Domino's. Quality.
One,
Depend on cost.
one person is saying Pizza Hut, one person is saying Domino's, one person is saying Mojo Pizza.
Wherever the quality is good, then will be.
Less price.
Depends on the delivery time as well.
Okay. I would say pizza is everywhere, it's the same, but lot of other things come into picture. Okay. I will look for taste. I look for quantity. I look for quality. I look for delivery time. I look for location. I will look for service. And also the main thing is I will look for price. Do we have any offers, discounts, cashbacks? Based on 6 factors, I would decide which shop to go and buy pizza. Right? Now, I'll tell you this is my home, okay? This is my home. Near my home, I have Pizza Hut, which is 6 kilometers. Okay. And this side, within 2 kilometers, I have Domino's. Okay. Now, we all know that pizza, you can have it tastefully if it is very hot. If it has become warm, I mean, it has become cool, you cannot have it, right? You cannot even eat it. Okay, that's something which I have experienced. If your pizza is hot, yeah, you can eat. You can eat one full pizza also. But something as and then, if the time goes, if it is becoming less hot, you cannot eat, right? That's what we happens, right? So I wanted to buy pizza. Taste wise, both are good. Price wise, both are good. But your pizza is always the best in Pizza Hut. Your pizza is always good in Pizza Hut. But where will I buy? Will I buy in Domino's or will I buy in Pizza Hut? Where will I buy?
Domino's.
Why?
Domino's, because it's near to our home.
Even though Pizza Hut is best in terms of its taste, I'm okay with normal taste. But for me, I have to eat very hot. I would prefer something which is very near. If I ask another person, that person will say, hey, that's fine. Pizza is pizza. So I will always want to have a best taste. So let me get it from Pizza Hut. Even if it's 16 kilometers also, let me get it. It's all about what is your requirement. I don't want to go with Pizza Hut, even though it's very much tasty, because for me, I need to eat it hot. So it doesn't matter. Always same bread, same vegetables, same cheese, same tomatoes, same onion, same capsicum. What is there? So I'm okay with buying in Domino's. Domino's can be second in the taste, but it's very near. So if you ask me which is a service which I will use for my objective, that is, we have a problem. The problem is very simple. I'm struggling to store the data. I'm struggling to process the data because the data is getting bigger and bigger. Unfortunately, your Power BI is not able to handle that. So we are going to hand it over this to another person, and we have 4 people who provides the same services. Whom are you going to choose is what is your option now. Undoubtedly, one of the best ever cloud that we have in all of the market is AWS. Second one goes to Microsoft Azure. Third one goes to Google Cloud Platform. Fourth one goes to OurWhy. Now, these are the top rating in terms of the services provided, in terms of the usages, in terms of pricing, everything, market share. If I consider the market share, this is the order. Now, Microsoft Azure is a second best cloud service in the world, but I am not going to teach you the first one. I'm going to teach the second one. Why is that? Always we should choose the best one, right? So, but I'm choosing the second best. Do you want any justification or you're okay with this?
Need justification.
You need justification?
Yes.
Maybe cost is less than the AWS.
In KSR, okay, in KSR, KSR is actually hiring one financial, what do you call? One who manages the money. What do you call?
Accountant.
Accountant. Okay. In KSR, we are hiring one accountant. Okay. See, I'm taking class. I cannot collect fees. Mahesh is busy. He can also cannot collect the fees. So for collecting the fees, managing how much of fees we have received, which student has paid how much, whether they have paid an installment, whether they paid a full amount, is a proper access given? Are they having any problems? So we wanted to hire one person. Okay. So what we did, we went for one college. Okay, we went for one college. So college, we went for campus hiring. Okay, We went for campus hiring. And one who has to be very good in accountant has to be very good in maths. One has to be very good in maths. So when we went to the college HOD started showing all the students' marks. Hey, this student is very good. This student has scored the topper. This student is a rank holder. So we wanted to hire him, right? The first thing that comes when hiring is your marks. Nowadays, no one cares about your marks, but well, coming out of your college, your marks is very important. So I was the person who have to interview. There was a person called A. There was a person called B. The person A has scored maximum marks in computer science, 100. The person has scored maximum in maybe I would say digital science. Okay, 100. And the person has scored maximum in artificial intelligence, 100. And in the maths, actually, he has scored 80. So totally his score is, we'll take another one, machine learning, 100. So out of 500, his score is 480. What is his percentage? What is his percentage? Let's assume that it's 95. Let's assume that it's 95. Okay. Now there was a person B. Person B in ML he has scored 35. CS he has scored 35. Just pass. In digital science he has scored 35. In AI he actually got failed 10. So 35, 35, 35, 105. And in let's assume that here 15. So 105 means 120. And in mathematics he has scored 100. So totally you would say that he has 220 for 500. Now tell me, will I hire A or will I hire B for my company?
B.
B.
Why?
B.
Why? B has scored just 50%.
But
Because it is for maths, 100 in maths, and for accountant is maths is important. So for that reason, B is hiring.
our requirement is only for math here.
Okay. I've given an example. Now I am asking, this is a top one, this is a top two. Do you still need justification why I'm going with a second rank? Do you still need justification why I'm going to teach you the second cloud service and not the first one? Do you still need?
Cost and maintenance, low cost maintenance.
What is good, what is bad, that we'll see later. Do you still need justification why I'm going to teach a second IS and not the first IS? Do you need? Do you need a
No.
justification?
No.
No.
No, Santosh.
Depending on my need, I'm choosing it. Your AWS can be super duper tool, but my requirement is I want to do the analysis. I want to do the data cleaning. I want to connect with a Microsoft tool. Who is that Microsoft tool? Power BI. So connection between the same tools could be easier for me. So even though it's a second best, my usage comes into picture now. How useful it is. So depending on that, now finally we are going to start learning about the one of the very famous cloud service, that is going to be Microsoft Azure. This is what I told you. In the next 5 years, either one of the cloud, it has to be there in your skill sets. If you don't have, forget about why. The three famous cloud services is GCP, AWS, and Azure. If you don't know any one of this in the next 5 years, I'm telling you, it's called, if you don't learn this skill sets, if you don't learn this cloud computing, in the next 5 years, I can simply say that you are doing a career suicide. You're doing a career suicide. In case if you're not learning any one of this cloud in the next 5 years, I can simply say that you are doing a career suicide. Can anyone explain me what is this career suicide? Suicide, you know. I'm talking about career suicide. What is that?
You are not updated according to market requirement. What technology is going on? So
No,
you
I'm asking what is the meaning of career suicide?
You are fired in IT.
Loss of job.
You're killing yourself in your career, right? You're killing yourself in your career. That means the market is expecting you to know more and more technologies, but you're not learning. Gradually, you are eating a slow poison. At one day, you will be thrown out of the company. Throwing out of the company is called career suicide. So remember this, a statement that you need to be understanding. This is a very good time for you to start learning cloud. If not, 5 years down the line, they will push it to the cloud. What we are doing now is actually, we are actually excited about water. We are going to learn a swimming now. Okay, we are all going to learn swimming. So you buy swimming suit, you buy cap, you buy goggles, you buy everything, you pay fees, everything you do, and you're ready to swim. You are doing with interest now. One day if I don't go, fine, I can go tomorrow. So you're learning swimming. 5 years down the line, you know what will happen? They'll push it into the ocean and they'll ask you to start swimming. That is where you'll understand whatever I'm telling today, June 10th, 2024, I'm telling you a statement. You will not understand now. June 10th, 2029, in case if you are there, I am there, we are still meeting and we are still interacting, I'll tell you what exactly happens in 2029. Cloud is cloud. It is going to be the future. With all this introduction, let's get started with one cloud, that is Microsoft Azure. Never in the class again ask me why we are learning Azure. Why are we not learning AWS? Both as two different use cases. Both can give you all the services which you need. But for me, I need to do mainly data cleaning, data transformations, and connect it with my tools, which is my Power BI. Power BI is also Microsoft product. Your Azure is also Microsoft product. And that is the one reason specifically we are choosing one cloud service that should be Microsoft Azure. You can choose whichever you want. But for our role, that is a PI role, mainly we will be involved with Microsoft Azure. We are actually editing all the videos, publishing in YouTube, and we have a lot of apps that we have built, right? Like application, KSR application, KSR website, right? Very openly, I'm telling you, we are using AWS for that. We are using AWS for that. You may ask me, hey, you're working in Microsoft. Why are you not using Microsoft? And in KSR itself, you're using Azure, AWS. I would say for building the website, AWS is the best. For building the data pipelines and managing the data, Microsoft Azure is best. So each one has their own pros and cons. And that is the one reason I am choosing my requirement first. My requirement is I want to take care of the data pipelines. For that, undoubtedly, one of the best ever cloud service that we have is Microsoft Azure. And that is why we are going to learn that. Okay. Now, with all this, let's get into the subject. Let's get into the subject. Now, Azure. The first assignment for you, I always do this. If they have named something, I always try to find what is the significance of name. Okay, I asked this question to my mom as well. My mom, my grandparents, I think. I asked, why did you name me Santosh? You could have named me any other name. So what is the significance of naming me Santosh? I asked this question because I'll always be impressed with names, unique names, right? So I always ask them, why did you name Santosh? You could have named me something else, right? Very simple explanation they gave that. while you were born, you were not crying. Okay, the doctor has to beat you. The doctor has to keep in a something we call it as a ice box. Okay, because before even you're fully grown, when you come out, you have to be like kept in. There is some box which we call, what is that box? I am not that good in medical terms. They keep in one box for 1 or 2 days. What is that?
Incubator.
Yeah, incubator. Very good. Okay, I'm not that good in medical terms. Incubator. Okay, whatever it is, they keep there, and after 2 days they'll take you so that your body organs, your body functionality works well, right? This happens. You would have known this, right? They told me that you first 2 days you did not even cry. So we thought that okay, for the rest of your life you should never cry. So we wanted to be always happy. So let's name it yourself as Santosh. This is what the explanation they give. Then I always do a research. Whenever there is a technology name, I always try to find what is the significance of giving this name. When I was learning Python, I was also understanding why they've kept a snake name here. Okay, Python, Anaconda, all these are like tools, technologies. I was thinking, what these people have done this, right? Similarly, like SQL, I was thinking why they've kept this name. Power BI, very simple. It's the most powerful tool in terms of analytics, and that is why they have covered as Power BI. Actually, we usually call business intelligence. We usually call business intelligence. The way you get the data, gather the data, do the data cleaning, data transformation, and publish the reports, we call it as a BI, business intelligence. But here we call it as a Power BI. That means powerful business intelligence. And as in then the name implies, it's the most powerful tool ever that we have. And that is why they have kept Power BI. Now, the assignment for you today is, I want you to find out what is the significance of this name called Azure. Okay, in the tomorrow session, I want you to find out what is the significance of this name. Why did they keep this name? What does A stands for? Or what is this complete meaning of this name? Will you get this information tomorrow?
Sure, sir.
Yes.
Yes, Santosh.
Okay, with that, let's get into the what is this Azure? A simple one-line explanation. It's a online portal. It's an online portal. You go to the portal, you ask whatever you want, you will get it. Very simple explanation. Imagine it's like a website. You go inside the website. Imagine it's like a Amazon. Amazon is a website. You go there, you order some products, you pay, do a payment, you will get everything what you order there. Similarly, it's a portal. We go inside that portal, you ask what you need. I need a server. I need a database. I need a software. I need a license. Automatically, they are going to give you that. That is why I call it as a online portal, right? And you can manage all of the resources, what you need, you can manage it here. Now, that's what we call it as an online portal. It's a cloud computing platform. Whatever you request for, you will get it. Imagine this is you, this is your friend. With the internet, you're going to the website. It's a portal. And in the portal, you request whatever you want. I need one software, I need one license, I need one system, virtual system, whatever you request. They will have some servers in the backend. This servers can be from US, UK, Canada, Germany, Mexico, whatever, wherever it is, but you are in India. Still, you will be getting that access to the servers. That is why we call this as a cloud computing, which is an online platform. Now, as in then, personally, I don't even remember my date of birth. Okay, someone has to remind me. Okay, usually I don't even remember. Someone will send some gifts or some of the relatives will come and wish me at 12 o'clock only. Then I'll get to know it's my birthday. I don't even remember my birthday, but I always remembers every technology's date of birth. Every technology's day it was started, I will remember. Azure was started in the year February 1st, 2010. I would say it is 14 years old. It is 14 years old. Today, we are all learning about cloud computing, which is not new, which is into the market for 14 years. First 4 years, it was very unstable, like your kid. When your kid is less than 2-3 years, they get up, they fall, they cry, they don't know what to ask for. Even if they're hungry, they will not ask. Lot of things will happen in the initial 2-3 years. After that, 14-year-old kid, you should be knowing how mature it is. Like compared to your child, your 14-15 years, you will know how mature the tool is, right? So today I can say this tool can do everything for you. It is one of the second largest cloud service, which we have more than 80% of the Fortune 500 companies are using Azure. So in India, we say that Nifty 50, Nifty 500, all the top companies we classify, right? Even imagine in US also, we have this classification. Fortune 500 companies are top 500 companies who are like making good business, good revenue, good services. In that, 80% of all of your companies are still using Azure. Even though I told you that it's the second largest, the usage is super helpful and it supports multiple languages, and whatever you use, only for that you are paying. You will not be paid even a single rupee extra. You're using a service, only for that service you have to pay. And it supports multiple languages. You want to write SQL, Python, you want to write it in any other language, you can write it. Java, .NET, any language you want, you can write it. Well, this is what is all about this cloud service. It was introduced in February 1st, 2010. Okay, now here, what are the services we are having and what are the services we are going to learn? That will be our next topic. The next topic will be how to use this portal. We know that we'll get everything there. So we'll go to the portal, we'll request of some services, whether we get it or not, how much we need to pay. All of these details we are going to see next. Is the context clear? Finally, we have jumped onto the subject that we have started understanding about what is this Azure and what are we going to learn. Is that clear?
Yes, Santosh.
Santosh.
Okay, any question?
Yes, Santosh, just one question. So when we mentioned about these flow technologies, is Snowflake also considered part of cloud technology?
Sorry, what?
Is cloud Snowflake also is considered as a cloud technology, cloud computing technology, or different from these?
Cloud computing, see, cloud computing means you are computing everything in the cloud. So in cloud, we have 4 different cloud services. In that, which one you are using, whether you're using GCP or using AWS or you're using Azure. So cloud computing is a concept. These are all platforms. So which platform you're going to use? That's the next step.
Yeah, I mean, does Snowflake fall under this category or
No,
a
no, no.
different
Snowflake
category?
is a different cloud. It doesn't come under this.
Okay.
These are all the services which can give you everything. But in this, what you want, you have to choose it. Snowflake is a different concept. I'll tell you later. Now, I don't want to confuse between these cloud services.
Sure.
Are we good?
Yes, Santosh.
Yes, Santosh.
So I have a question. So which language are we going to use in this?
We're not
As you
going to use
mentioned.
any language. Okay, we are going to do whatever the transformations you have done in Power Query, right? For Power Query, you need not write any language there. You are like just doing with a drag and drop. We are just going and playing with the tool, right? Similarly, your ADF will be there, which is a part of your Azure. Whatever you have done in the transformations in other tools, we will be doing here. If you want, you can write Python code. If you want, you can write SQL code. You will be writing. But here, we'll be doing SQL, a bit of SQL, and also we'll be doing Azure Data Factory, where you'll be doing all the transformations with a drag and drop.
Okay. And Python, do we use in Power BI? Because I heard like we
No,
need to
not
know
required.
Python. Okay.
Not mandatory. If you know it, well and good. If you don't know also, it's fine because we'll be doing most of the ADF transformations.
Okay. Thank you.
So how would be helpful in Power BI, Azure Data Factory?
You're reducing the burden of Power Query, right? Obviously, this is useful for you. The context itself I brought into this topic itself, I told you that you cannot use every time Power BI. You want to reduce the burden. So I'm trying to remove the data storage as well as the processing layer out of Power BI. So I'm reducing the burden.
So technically, in real time, we can use both, like Power BI, Azure Data Factory.
You have to use it. You have to use it. You have to integrate it. You'll be doing the processing here directly. You'll be connecting to Power BI. Then in Power BI, you'll be doing charts.
No, I'm asking in terms of licensing or the company accesses.
As of now, you have the Power BI license. And for using Azure, what you need to do, that I'll be telling in the next class. Both you have to integrate and you build a one project.
Okay, fine.
What you're doing in your Power Query, you're removing that from Power BI and doing it in ADF. That's the context.
Okay, sir.
Any other questions? All good?
So actually, I have a question. So we don't need we don't need to do in Power BI the Power Query that
Yes, you need not do.
transformation
You
or
need
this.
not do in Power BI. Power BI is good for charts. Let's use it for charts. For other things, we can use alternative tools. So you need not do anything in Power Query going forward.
Okay. So if we don't use this Azure, then we need to do it in Power BI.
Yeah, if you don't use Azure, everything you have to do it in Power Query. And sometimes if it becomes overload, it will collapse. What you will do?
Okay.
Entire project will collapse, right? So I'm trying to keep an alternative. See, I'm taking class. If something happens to me, what KSR will do? They already have a backup. So they will be finding a backup for every single person. That's what even I'm doing now. For Power BI, it may get burden and it may collapse. It may not. It may. We don't know. But I'm also having an alternative. That alternative is Azure.
But I don't think so. Is it like all companies are going to use Azure?
It depends. As I told you, there are a lot of Microsoft tools. They always prefer Microsoft Azure. If you're going for some other web applications, they may use AWS. So depends. So you already know what is your growth going to be. Assuming that your data is going to be increased, start moving to the cloud right away. Because in future, when it is coming to your neck, then you're going to replace, it becomes difficult. Now only we'll put everything into a cloud. It's easy for us to manage. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, we'll stop here. So tomorrow we are going to learn about how to start working with the cloud. We have told about it's a portal. In that, what are the services we are going to learn? How are we going to reduce the burden for Power BI? Everything we are going to discuss in the coming classes.